Hey guys, welcome back to Ballazo. I'm your host Viraj, and today we are joined by the German football team fans. I'm joined by Anshumaan, Anik, and Himanshu. So, guys, thank you for joining in. We'll have a good discussion on the German football team in tonight's podcast. So, guys, without any further ado, let's start the video. And I want to start first by you know addressing this position of Germany right now in the finals. They've been an amazing team. Like if you go back to 6 7 years back, like when they won the 2014 World Cup in just brilliant fashion, and before that also they were doing quite good after 2010. But suddenly we've seen that the team has dropped its level. They got eliminated by Spain in the league finals, in the quarterfinals by 6-0. They were thrashed. And then in the World Cup also, 2018 World Cup, they didn't do that well. So what are your realistic expectations from Germany in this Euro tournament, considering that they are in the group of death?
All right. I don't think we will make out of the group of death simply because we don't have enough firepower. Even if our midfield is good, I don't think we have enough goals up front to just get us out of group of death. I just feel like Portugal and France, they are much more well balanced and much more well, experienced than us at this moment. With the likes of Benzema leading France and with the like of Ronaldo leading Portugal, we will have a certain Kyle Havertz or a Werner, and they are hits and miss. So in my opinion, if they can get out of a group of death, then they might go till quarters or semis. But I don't think that they will make it out. I just hope then they can, but it's just more of a hope than anything else.
So now, Anik and Himanshu, what's your point of view? Like, I know you must have been surprised by Anshuman's, stance on the chances of Germany making it to the next round of the Euro. What do you want to say on that?
Yeah, he is being a little realistic, I must say. But the thing is, in this year competition, the rules have changed a bit, and the other four teams will qualify basis on the third place. So I think law will have in his mind that okay, I have to get to a better place. Like I should not concede too much goals against France and Portugal, no matter the situation is. So I feel like there's a chance the squad depth is good, and with the 5 substitution rule, he can turn this around.
You know,
Anik?
yeah, for me, I am really surprised that my co-panelists are thinking in the same direction as me, because I thought I'll be the only person who will be very harsh about Germany. But historically, if you look, that Germany has been the team that has been consistently performing. I mean, considering World Cup and Euro, having won 4 World Cups and 3 European Cups, and they are the most consistent teams in the both tournaments. But yeah, I mean, what I feel and I agree with them is, yeah, Germany has somewhat lost their identity. They lost 16 to Spain. That has been since 1954, if I'm not wrong, and they lost 2-1 to Macedonia. The only good thing about is that Joachim Löw is a very experimenting coach, and he's very flexible. But the matter of the fact is, I cannot agree less about the fact that they cannot beat France and Portugal. I'm not convinced about it. So even if we are their third, I'm quite sure they'll beat Hungary, because Hungary honestly is the weakest team in the Euro so far. And even if we beat Hungary, we may get the third spot, and we may end up facing Belgium, who would definitely win the league. So now, depending if we are able to beat Belgium or not, it will decide how far we may go into the tournament.
Some really
Hungary may
interesting
cause
point of view. Himanshu, go on, please.
Yeah, Hungary might cause an upset because we see recently like Portugal are not able to break down stubborn teams. So if that's the case with them, and if Hungary goes ahead and drew a match with France or Portugal, I think more favorably it will be Portugal, because I don't think France will be like anyone will be able to stop France in the group of that. So I feel like there's a chance for Germany to proceed.
France and Portugal will, just decide the match by halftime with Hungary.
I would have put.
I'm just going to say it's going to be a massacre. Ronaldo knows he just needs 4 goals, and that 4 goals might just come against Hungary, and he will be the top scorer in the world. So it's just we can expect as German fans that we can move forward. If there was something else, apart from a France or a Portugal in our group, we might have went forward. Even if the third place, as Anik said, that we will have to face Belgium, and we all know how Belgium is. They don't have that defensive depth, but their attack is just flawless. So they will come all goals, with Lukaku, and even Hazard might be a bit fit. They have Carrasco, they have Tielemans, a lot of attacking firepower. Germany don't lack in any department, in my opinion. It's just they are not consistent enough. Havertz and Werner, they might show up in one game, and we manage to beat, Portugal or even France. But then they might just, get cold in the next game, and we might lose to Hungary. So that's the problem with this team right now, that they are not consistent enough. They might turn up one day 3-0, 4-0. Next day, it's like it's the United of now. We might win 5-0 one day, and next day it's like 2-1 to Sheffield United. So that's how the Germans are right now.
Right. But a good point. But I also want to mention that it's the last, it's kind of the last tournament for Low, the German manager, and he'll be departing the club after this tournament. So maybe those guys have something to offer to him, just to try their best. Of course, as you said, that Timo Werner is horrible in front of goals. We've seen him at Chelsea, and now also in German national team. Immediately, he cannot just turn around his form. I don't think so. I also doubt it, personally. But still, I mean, if Low, or if Low and if the German football team, they really want to even try of getting on the second position in the tournament, considering that Portugal leapfrogs to the third, which they won't. I don't think so. But still, I mean, what should be the game plan? What do you think, guys, that can work in their favor, considering they have the experience and all that?
Results totally depend on what formation they're going to play. The Germans right now are in no position to play 4 at the back. They will be exposed badly. There is absolutely no pace with the centre backs. Whether it's Hummels, whether it's Sule, whether it's anyone, whether it's Ginter or Bender, whoever it is, Rudiger. Rudiger, you can say, is the most pacey out of all. But then again, in a system of back 4, they will be miserable. They can go with 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, where they can, accommodate a winger as a wing back. And then in the midfield, you will have Toni Kroos and Kimmich pulling the strings. And then they might just hope that, the forwards go and score the goal. Because they will be creating chances, as I'm saying. The midfield is stacked. We have defenders. We have wingers. Sane is there. Gnabry is there. Goretzka will be fit. We have Kimmich. Kroos is there. But then if Havertz and if Werner are not scoring the chances which we are creating, then that makes absolutely no sense. Because we will be conceding, that's for sure. With Hummels, with Sule, we are going to concede goals. Whoever we going with, they will come on, with the likes, with the firepower they have, whether it's France or whether it's Portugal. And even if Belgium, if we go to that point, we will have to defend with their lives. But then, of course, we have to, get our chances done. Otherwise, we are conceding like 2 goals easily per game with the defense we have.
So you are basically trying to say that the German football team is just strong on paper. That's it. On the field, they'll be blown away.
No, not blown away. I'm just saying they are not consistent enough to match with the levels with the other teams are. They are basically the 2 best teams in the world right now. It's not about being biased or something else. It's not about being deluded. I just can't come on a podcast and say, oh, all right, Germany is going to win the Euros. Because France and Portugal are just a bit ahead. France obviously 2 ahead. Portugal is a bit of defensive team, and if Ronaldo falters, they might struggle for goals. I am not convinced with Jota with Portugal yet. And apart from even Felix is hit and miss, Andre Silva is hit and miss. So it's Ronaldo or bust for Portugal. Defensively, they are very solid. They will have Carvalho in the middle of the park with Danilo Pereira. They will be defending with their hearts out. But if Ronaldo falters, there is a chance, but it's all about whether Germans can take it or not. And that's where I'm saying that, we are too inconsistent. If we had someone like scorer like a Miroslav Klose in front, things would have been a much, totally different story, because we are going to create chances, 5 chances, 6 chances, 7 chances per game. Their defense will give us chances. But with Werner and with Havertz, only God can save us.
So, I want to come to Himanshu and Anik. We've heard Anshuman's point of view, but now, as Portugal are the defending champions, we've seen that the teams who have won the title in the next time, the next time they play in the competition, they falter, they go out easily, or probably you can say that unexpectedly, they go out on an unexpected level or unexpected round. So, what do you guys want to say on that? Do you think that kind of a thing repeating again with Portugal?
Himanshu, you want to go ahead or shall I?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I might take a little time on this subject. Honestly, if you ask me, I've been a German fan since 2002 when they lost the finals to Brazil. But this time, if you ask me as a neutral observer, I would say Portugal is going to win the tournament. I think they are going to be above France. My only concern about Portugal is out of the 26 players they've selected, or 23, if I'm not wrong, they have only 3 defenders. That is Ruben Diaz, arguably the best defender in the market right now. They have Pepe, and I guess they have another Fonte, who plays to play for Southampton. Pepe is 38, Fonte is 36. That's my only concern. If they are injured, yeah, there are players who can play at their position, but who will replace them? Coming to Germany now, what I feel like is, first of all, we don't know what's our formation. We are not sure what to play and what we will be playing. And one thing I like about Jurgen Low is that he is accepting of the fact that he cannot win everything with young players and leaving out the old guns. He first of all disbanded Thomas Muller and Matt Hummels, but now he has brought them back to the team. But if you look at statistics, they have, particularly Matt Hummels, he has not been that good. But I agree with Anshumaan that we lack pace. Now, supposedly we are playing 5 at the back, and I think the if not Kante, the best number 6 in the world right now is Joshua Kimmich. But if I am playing him in the right, we have 3 options to play at the midfields. That is Thomas Kroos, then Gundogan, and then Leon Goretzka. Goretzka has evolved as a player. Now, whether I want to play Kroos or Gundogan to do the setups, I don't know. I don't know what Lowe is going to do. Again, if I consider Timo Werner, he has caused troubles, which is running in the English Premier League, and most certainly, if you look at the Champions League final, he was causing real troubles to the City defenders. But we don't have a proper striker, and maybe you can say we can play Volland if we want to play a proper number 9. But I think we'll stick with false 9. Now, if I play if I play Timo Werner, yeah, they will cause problems to the defenders, especially the aging defenders of Portugal. And Muller is very clever. He always finds spaces. He knows where to be and when to be. But my concern, if I am the manager of Germany, is whether I play Gundogan or Kroos. And if I play Joshua Kimmich in the defensive midfield role, or I go with Leon Goretzka. So since we are evolving, maybe you can say we are playing a little bit better football than we used to play in the last year. But still, our lineup and our formation is not set. If that is not set, it is a big concern for us. Who is going to play how and where? And if players are not sure and they're not coordinating with each other, it's difficult. And we should always consider the fact Euro or World Cup is not club football. I would give respect to the managers of national teams. They get very less time. Transforming that is very difficult. Spain won 3 successive tournaments because of the fact at least 90% of the players played in Spain. So the transition was not difficult. If you see our German team, it's not like that. If I am the manager, I'm still confused if I play Cruz or Gundogan, if I play Sane or I play Ganabry. So it's a very tricky situation and it depends on each game. And even if we beat Portugal or even if we finish third, and again, Hungary, I mean, I said that in the last statement that we can beat Hungary easily. But the point is, when we played North Macedonia, they ran behind our defensive lines. Although we didn't have Hummels, I mean, the experienced defenders, but Hungary plays a very similar style of football. So that's our concern. Even if we finish third, then what we should do against Belgium. Although Belgium is an aging squad, but they have Roberto Martinez, who is a very interesting manager.
Right.
Yeah, so I would like to add in this. I know I am being optimistic here, rather than my compatriots going harsh over German team. But I would like to say that uh, it's like he will have to experiment, and he is known for that. And for the different matches, like we have first match against France, he might be going with the five at the back because the France attack, they are lethal up front. So I think he will be playing back five. And if we see players one by one, Gosens has been a superstar for Atlanta. You cannot count him out, and so he will totally fill the bill for the back five. And Kimmich can play the right wing back role at that time. Similarly, if we go with the experience of Muller up front and the pace of Sane and Gnabry, so as the tournament proceeds, I feel the 4-3-3 formation is perfect for the German team uh, because I can explain that. If we see, we have Champions League winner finalists, like four of them: Gundogan, Rudiger,
And
Havertz, and
Himanshu,
Wander.
Himanshu, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. I mean,
yeah,
if you are talking about 4-3-3, I mean, pardon me if I'm interrupting what you're
yeah,
saying. I am
yeah,
just curious that uh, because I'm even not certain about the formations.
yeah, yeah,
I would like to know if you are playing 4-3-3, what's your
yeah,
formation? Who will you play?
I
yeah,
will.
yeah.
I
I'll
will.
tell you.
Yeah. First you tell, then I will tell.
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
I will
So
play.
for 4-3-3, we know we have world class keeper Neuer. Four at the back, we have Ryan Gosens and Matthias Ginter and the right back. Then we have centre back as Rudiger and Matt Hummels. I will go with Rudiger and Matt Hummels. And for the three in the midfield, I will hold with Kimmich and I will go ahead with Gundogan and Cruz. You know the balls over the like through balls which Cruz can make, and the runs, the box to box proper midfielder Gundogan has converted under Pep Guardiola. So I feel like he should be given a free pass. He should not be played as a CDM. He won't be able to hold in the CDM role. So I feel Kimmich has to play that role, and Gundogan and Tony Cruz will play alongside him. And if I go ahead, I will surely not start Werner. No doubt about that. I will go left with Leroy Sane, right with Gnabry, and with center forward as Muller. And
Okay,
if we see, with the bench will be Havertz. You can doubt about you could have doubt about his form in the starting, but with the season he has been improved a lot, and he is the main reason why Chelsea have won the Champions League. So yeah, I think it will click for him, and he will be a super sub this time for the German team.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I would just like to ask why two questions. First of all, yeah, I'm convinced with your midfield. I accept your logical reasoning behind your midfield, and also the defense sounds quite strong and solid. But I am just wondering. I mean, I'm just again being curious. Why would you put Leroy Sané in front of Kai Havertz? A, and B is, we all know Muller is a better player running behind the number 9, why not use the pace of
But we
Werner?
don't have number 9, right? Werner, if we play 5, then he will go with Werner, no doubt about that. But I am telling you, as the tournament progress, we should be playing Thomas Muller for sure, because the runs he makes as a center forward, it's like
See, with
it will be required.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
with
why Kai Havertz over Leroy Sané?
Because I will play Nabri in the right position, because like I had to play Havertz there, and Sane is the best fit
Okay.
from the left.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
won't. I
Yeah.
won't start Gossens if we are playing with 4-3-3. Gossens
Yeah,
is
but
absolutely terrible defensively. He
I
can't
agree.
defend. Simple as that. He just can't defend. I would go with Hastenberg or Klosterman, regardless of whoever starts in the other three. Those three they can interchange. We have CVs, we have players who can play multiple positions. But Gossens in a back four is a disaster. That guy just focuses on one thing. He's focused on making the runs, scoring goals. And with the pace we have, if he's not in his position, German back four is already exposed. In the midfield, I won't go with Gundogan. I will play Goretzka any day over Gundogan. But since
Goretzka is not fit for 2 days, like 2 matches, first 2 matches,
yeah,
I
that's
guess.
what I'm
That's
saying.
all.
If I'm just saying that if he's fit, he's getting the nod over Gundogan.
Yeah,
I'm
then
not
Kimmich
saying
might come in the right
But
back. Yeah.
but Gundogan is more attacking than Goretzka. So
yeah, but I don't. We have able passers. We need to have people.
and technically Gundogan is the best player of City, if not the second best player of City this
I
season.
don't want technicality. I have Cruz for that. For defensive duties, I need a powerful runner who Goretzka is. He can bully around the players in the midfield, whether it's Portugal, whether it's France, whenever he's fit. He can bully any midfielder in the world. Gundogan don't have the pace. All right, he's technical, but then I need someone who can do much more. We have technical players in the form of Kimmich and in the form of Cruz who can put the balls, minute after minute
Even
over the top.
Hummels. Yeah.
Yeah, even small passes, but whatever you need, those two can do. But with Goretzka, you get a presence in the box, in both the boxes. He
Yeah.
can run. He is very powerful, and we have seen the long strikes and all those type of assists he can provide with. So I'm not going with Gundogan in any way over Goretzka when he's fit. Obviously, when he's not fit, Gundogan is the obvious choice. He has been he has been the man in form. So has been Goretzka. So if it comes between those two, obviously I'm taking Goretzka in over Gundogan, and obviously I will go with Thomas Muller. He can create chances for Gnabry, he can create chances for Sané, and of course he is one of the best finisher in the German team, if not the
Yeah.
best finisher right now. So
Definitely.
playing, and obviously when the game is around 60-65, Werner can come in, Havertz can come in, and they can provide much more pace, because both are pacey players. And Havertz is a presence in the box as well with his height, 6'1", 6'2", whatever it is. So I will keep them for the last 20-25 minutes, because whatever they did in the finals, their season have been, you can say a 70% miss and a 30% hit. So I am
Yeah.
not going with 70% miss and 30% hit. I would go with Gnabry, I will go with Sané, and I will go with, because I need proper two wingers if I'm going with 4-3-3. Havertz is neither a proper winger, not a proper striker. He can fulfill multiple roles, but I need specialists. If I'm going with
Yeah.
left wing, I'm going with Sané. His left foot is deadly. He can cross, he can pass, and of course, his pace is absolutely nonsense for the defenders he will be, up against. So I
Yeah.
will be, apart from Gosens, I'm happy with the team he's putting out. Rudiger is obviously the best centre back Germany has right now. I might go obviously Hummels or Sule. That depends who's more fitter at this moment. It's Hummels in
Yeah.
my opinion, because Sule is just coming from injury and doesn't look like even a part of the squad. If I have to play, I might even play Ginter over Hummels and Sule and keep Rudiger, because Ginter has been immense. He has been immense for Gladbach throughout the season. So it makes no sense. But yeah, if we are going with 3-5-2, it's a totally different complexion then.
So, guys, yes, those were some amazing tactical insights from you all. And now let's talk about the MVP part. So every team, as we discussed with every fan out there, that who do you think will be the MVP from your team? So it's time from the German national team also to know from you all that who do you think will be the MVP from the German national team, irrespective of how long they go in the competition, how far they go in the competition. So I want to know who will be that guy according to you, who will play their heart out and will try their best to make Germany go as far as they can. So I want to start with Anik. Anik, your stance on this.
I mean, I'm confused between two players. Thomas Muller, because of all his experience, and now that he has come back, he has had a wonderful season with Bayern Munich. I think he will have a point to prove to Jurgen Klopp that you are wrong that you left me out. And also, I think a leader building up for Germany, which is Joshua Kimmich. So I cannot put my money on either of them, but I'm quite sure if we consider the German team, it's going to be either Joshua Kimmich or Thomas Muller.
Okay. Anshumaan?
Kimmich,
Yes.
not even second choice, not even Muller or anyone else. If Kimmich flops, Germany not winning a single game. If he gets injured, Germany is not winning a single game. He is so important because we don't have a proper CDM apart from him. He is that guy who can break the play, he can make the tackle, interceptions, and he can, come with that deadly pass. His set piece, his free kicks, he just does everything. And apart from that, he can also play as a right back. So if there is a formation change, we can put him there. And if we have to just, take, for example, the game against Hungary, if we have to go with our guns blazing, we can just put him on the right back and stuff our midfield. We can play Goretzka, Gundogan, and as well as Toni Kroos. And then we can have our wingers and attackers up front. So he is a utility player. And it's not like, he's just filling up gaps. He is excellent at whatever position he plays in. So for me, it's just Joshua Kimmich, the real MVP for Germany, if they have to go any forward in competition.
Okay. Himanshu?
Yeah, I totally agree with both of their choices. It's like they justified their pick also, but as we have discussed all along this podcast, the Germany's problem is center back and no CDM, no proper CDM for Germany. So I feel it will be a sweeper keeper for this time, like Captain Cool, Manuel Neuer. If we have to go through like as far as possible, like I feel we might go if we don't come against Belgium like sooner. So I feel Manuel Neuer will definitely have a greater role to play this time around with the lack of this defensive stability in our defense. So and also Havertz will be a super sub, as I have already told.
Okay. So guys, before we wrap up the podcast, just one final question. Enough of the Germany's discussions now. So we just want to know what are your views, or what do you think will who do you think basically will win the Euro 2021? And I want to start with Himanshu on this.
As a German team supporter, I would have loved if we are in 2014, but I will be a pretty realistic this time, and I think Portugal and France are the pick of everyone, and so I think Portugal will be the one who will be defending their title this time and winning it. Yeah.
Anshuman?
Obviously, France is my obvious choice. Portugal is not defending the title. They got lucky last time. They ain't got lucky, getting lucky this time. Apart from France, if Southgate can somehow manage to, come up with a good lineup, because he always fucks up with the lineup. If he can keep his cool head and if he can, slot in his best players into a particular 11, I do see England as the, you can say a dark horse out of the top four. In my opinion, 4 teams will be the favorites: Belgium, France, Portugal, and England. In my opinion,
if you have to pick just one in the decreasing order.
In my opinion, France is lifting it. They won't be making the mistake of bottling it like they did last time. So
Right.
If I have to just pick one, then it's going to be Viraj.
Okay. Now, Anik.
Yeah, if I am convinced with one thing, I would say France will be a tournament flop. England is going to get England is going to get knocked out at round of 16. But I would be, as I told you before, I think Portugal is going to win the tournament if they get their defenses sorted out. But the only team I feel that can challenge Portugal is Italy because they have not lost in last 29 games, and they
Mhm.
are the team to watch.
I mean, Anik, it's a very interesting point of view from you because you are the one who kind of brings another dimension to the game by supporting Italy and any other team. So that's really interesting. I must
That's
say.
good to hear, to be very honest. Like, a different team coming up, but they're not going to do it.
Hmm.
Italy is not winning it. They don't have the players to do it. They are
I
relying
mean,
on 237-year-old center backs who will be killed left, right, and
Hmm.
center. They have a Florenzi at their right back, Spinazzola as their left back, and if that team can lift the then I am more than obvious, more than sure that even Germany can lift it.
I'd like to thank you all of you for joining in, and also for all the viewers watching out there. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share to our channel for football content. And of course, we make videos on tennis, F1, and cricket as well. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, we'll take your leave. We'll see you next time.
cheers, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers.